Welcome, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Step inside, step inside. Gather around, the show's about to start. Guaranteed to blow your mind apart. Well, it's a sand table. It's a big sand table. Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to get copyright law by YouTube. Take me down for that. Anyhow, look it up. If you can tell me what it is, I'll buy you a beer next time we're in a bar together. All right. Anyhow, sand table. I told you I would do a deep dive into it, and here it is. Deep dive into the sand table. Okay. Sand table. What is it? Why do you need it? What's so cool about it? Why does KJ want to talk about it so much? Well, a sand table gives you a visual way to review the entire mission from beginning to execution. It brings the entire picture together: aircraft, target, threats, routes, timing, attack plan, so that everyone can understand how the mission is executed and expected to unfold. Okay? We're going to walk through a mission plan real quick. And the big thing about it is you'll learn as you go. As you start playing around with it yourself, I can't show you every feature and everything, how it's going to work, and I can't show you how to rotate every symbol and everything, but you will learn how to do it on your own. But the first thing I want to show you is the map underlay. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to underlay a map of, if I can find it, a map of, where is it? I would have did this before we started, but I didn't. I wanted. There we go. Chicago. Why Chicago? Because that's where I'm from. All right. There's a lot of bad guys in Chicago. A lot of good guys. Well, there's a lot of good guys. Anyhow, here we go. All right. So we're gonna pretend that Chicago is under siege by some bad guys, and we're gonna take them out. Okay. So here we go. All right. So the first step is to get this thing set up the way you want it. Okay, zoomed in, locked in the way you want it. You can go up top. You can set the transparency on the top. You can set it up to be just light or large or however you want it. Now this, I think you are going to have to send to everybody separately on Discord, the map underlay. I do not think the underlay goes with it. I'm not 100% sure, but I will find out and I'll put it in the comments. Okay. So you set this up, and what's cool about it is now you don't have to worry about where does the terrain go. I think it goes in the middle. You can see right. Well, you can't see on this map. There's no terrain. But if you had a terrain map, you could see and say, oh, I'll just put the mountains going from west to east right here, because guess what? That's where they're at. Okay. So there's a little bit of mountains here. We'll put some mountains in there. Okay. So the first thing to do is to define where you are, and then define where you want to go. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, so blue is for us, and red, of course, is for the bad guys. Okay, so let's find the bad guys. Oh, AAA belt. This surrounded by a AAA belt. So we're gonna lay it down. You grab a corner, and then now you can extend it however you want. Okay, we're gonna lay it out like this, facing downward towards us. Okay, we're going to put one in, then we're going to take it and we're going to duplicate it on the right hand side over here. You can duplicate the symbol, so I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to put another one all the way over here. Okay, I'm going to rotate it a little bit, and I'm going to say Intel shows us on the map that there's a AAA belt right here. Okay, now our objective. Let's find our objective right there. That's our objective. Okay. Now you can take the symbol, any symbol that you have, you can take it, make it bigger, make it smaller. If I can grab the thing. There we go. Oh. You can make it bigger or smaller. I'll make this one kind of small. Doesn't need to be that big. And you can rotate it. Okay. If you rotate a circle, of course, it's not going to help that much. But anyhow, that's our objective. Now, phase lines. I don't know if you know what phase lines are, but they're a way for command and control your units. So if you put a phase line here, and you say that this is phase line, I don't know, Roosevelt. Okay, here's phase line. Oh, I put another one in by accident. Now, if you do that, what you do is you come up here and you use the selector. Now you can hit there and you can hit the selector, and you can choose the objects that you want to move around. That makes things a little bit easier instead of always clicking and creating symbols all the time, okay? So there's two phase lines. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'll put a third phase line in, and I'll duplicate this one, okay? So we just duplicate this one. Oh, I deleted it. Yeah, okay, that's how you delete stuff. That's exactly what I wanted to show you. So I'm going to duplicate, not red, twice. Okay, I'm going to put a couple phase lines. Okay, now these phase lines, as you cross them, you tell your commander passing phase line alpha, passing phase line bravo, passing phase line delta, whatever you got set up, whatever. Now you can put labels on these. You can assign labels. So you click on it, and then you come over here and hit label. Well, we'll call this one Roosevelt. If I can type it right. Okay, and there it shows up Roosevelt. Click on this one, call this one Ashland. I'm going to call this one Poplar. Why? Just some street names from my childhood. Okay, so as your sortie or flight goes across these phase lines, you yell out phase line Roosevelt passing Ashland, Poplar. Now everybody knows, hey, you're almost at the objective, and you're getting ready to take down the enemy. Everyone knows that. Okay, in case you have to coordinate on the west with the bombers and on the east with some TAC aircraft. So this helps a lot. Okay, and you're probably I can guarantee your squadron commanders know a lot more about this than I do. Okay, especially you guys from DCS. And let's see what else we got. There we go. We got some red aircraft we can throw in here. Throw 3 there, 2 over here. And now we're going to find I'm going to throw a push line in there. When you throw a push line in, this is it. When you pass phase line Poplar, push to the target, everybody. Okay, and air corridor. This is your air corridor for, let's say that's your air corridor for your bombers. And then this is your air corridor over here for your TAC aircraft. Okay. And then here's some mountainous terrain in this area. Oh, we didn't. Here's a hold point here. May want to put one of those in just to say, hey, we don't know if the bombers are going to be there on time, so hold right there until we know that the bombers pass their phase lines. Now here's our airfield all the way over here, and that's the symbol for it. And I'll put some blue aircraft in here. This is your guys. Oh, this is your guys' flight. Here's another flight over here of bombers, and you can rotate them a little bit so they're facing the right direction, and flip them all the way around. And there. Okay. So, and that's how you do it. You keep going exactly like that. It's really not that hard to do. You just you look at what symbols you have available. You go according to the intel that you get from the intel community or from knowledge that you just pass. And you can do this for the smaller maps. Maybe you want to do this for the maps that you're on all the time so that you can pull them up at will. Okay. Now, These right here are small phases of the operation. Now, I tend to just put all my phases on at one time, but you can have it set up, if it's a complex mission, set up for, this is your ingress, this is your push mission. I don't know what a MRG is. Attack, egress, and back home to runway. Okay, so you can set it up so as you're briefing, you can say, okay, guys, this is it. We're going in ingress. We're coming up this way. So he would only put two symbols on the target. He'd put this one and this one. Then he would say push. He'd hit this phase line here. He'd probably put that arrow, probably an arrow over here. I don't know what that one's for. Attack. He'd put the attack of the bombers first. Oh, I didn't mean to put that symbol. Delete symbol. Okay. And then let me hit selector so I don't screw this up. And then as you go, you just put all your phase lines in so that when you're briefing, you don't have to mess around like I do. You just hit boom, 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 and then at the end you bring them all up, and there you go. Okay. Some other things you can do, you can pan and zoom the map if you need to. You can use the mouse wheel too to zoom in and out. You can export the brief local. This is real handy because now you've got this week's mission wrapped up. You made some minor changes to it. You export it. It's ready to go for next week. And what's good about this map is that that it is, when it's attached to a mission, it is part of your packet that you send out for, if you're the mission commander. You attach this to the mission. Of course, I don't, like I said, I do not think that the mission goes with it. Okay, this is another one that I had pulled up. But when you send this out, all these symbols go with it, every one of them. So when you hit save brief, and when you export brief local, and then when you, well, this is an import brief here, complete execution brief. That's when you're done briefing. Here's where all your rotate and stuff is, where your text. Underlay will crop it to the square, so however big your map is, it'll crop it to this square right here. That's your underlay opacity. Here's your briefing mode, so you go into briefing mode, and then here's your, just gives you the symbols and the phases, so you can go boom, boom through the phases. Okay. And then we're going to get out of here by exiting briefing mode. And then export brief locals up here. Why is it in two places? There's got to be a reason for that. I'm not sure. Export PNG, picture, clearboard, new standalone, save brief. I think when you save the brief, yeah, it's synced, queued for outbox. Okay, it'll come out of your outbox. Now once you save the brief, it's saved to this mission right here. So if you chose the wrong mission, make sure you go back in, choose the right one, and then resend it, and it'll overwrite that one. Okay, and I think that's about it. If you got any questions, write them below. I'll get the answers for you. It's pretty self-explanatory, nothing super duper hard here. I think one of the biggest coolest thing is about this underlay. You can bring the underlay in from maps that you have. There are maps that are stored in the data mine from Zabi's data mine on GitHub. You can go in there and get some maps, or your own maps. You can copy them directly from the screenshots. Take a screenshot, copy it, put it right in here. All your objectives will show up, and you're ready to go. Okay, that's all I got for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you in the skies. All right, have a good night. Bye.